Hey YouTube, Luke here. Wanted to do a quick review for you on the Tactic TTx650. I'm not going to get into too many of the how-tos of this thing, but I just want to tell you, my opinion and some of the positives and negatives about it. Got this thing on Tower Hobbies. They had a special where if I bought a plane, there was a plane that I got, it's actually called the Beaver. This came for an extra $100. Normally it's $149, so I took advantage of that. It was a great deal. I can't say enough about this controller. It's a really nice radio. It's built really well. Some things are plastic, where on other models you get like a metal bar up at the top. And here's the thing though, the switches and the gimbals and everything else feel sturdy, feel really nice in your hands. So I mean, for the money, this thing isn't, there's nothing in its class. I would say the next closest thing would be the Futaba, and you're talking $400. One of the first things I did to this radio, I bought a 4.8 volt T-Energy battery from Amazon. It cost me like $8.99. It's rechargeable, but it's great because it comes with a 4 AA battery pack. Sucks to have to change them. It doesn't burn through battery very quick, but I still like having the rechargeable feature. There is a charging jack on the side here, a little plug for a firmware update. But big thing is this just does it all for the money. I mean, it mixes, it's got every single kind of mixing, it's got heli settings, it's got airplane settings, every kind of wing type that you would want. It's got a model memory. Right now I have 5 different models programmed in here. This is just awesome. I mean, the gimbals are ball bearing, so it's easy to control. The switches feel really good in your hands. A lot of switches, which is nice for some heli settings and gyro, gain, things like that. So this is really easy to use, easy to navigate through the menus. You can set up, what type of model it is, your swash plate if it's a heli, what you want your channel assignments to be. Pretty much everything that you can do is manageable on this controller right here. So one of the greatest things I like about it too is it has a timer. So as soon as you start your plane up, helicopter, whatever you're going to be flying, notice it says 7 minutes. That's what I have my I have a Thunder Tiger E325, so I set it to 7 minutes. As soon as you fire it up, notice it starts the countdown. You kind of lose track of time while you're flying, pays attention to where you're at, gives you a nice alert. Then you can bring the heli and land it. So never had a range issue with this controller. The receivers are great. They're only $19.99 a piece for the receiver, 6-channel receivers. I just can't say enough about this thing. If you're thinking about getting it, it's definitely a no-brainer. There's so many, TXR models out there that are available now with the SLT receivers in them. This thing is just, I mean, again, it's a no-brainer. If you're even contemplating it, just spend the money. But I'd recommend you find one of those deals on Tower Hobbies, because first of all, Tower Hobbies always has good coupons. But then secondly, you can get this thing for $100 with a plane. So say you're $300 out the door for a nice little foamy, something you can practice with, and then you get, $50 off because you spent $300. So it's a great deal. You really can't beat it. Definitely recommend it. Receivers are cheap. They work great. Great range. Great response. Never had any issue with it whatsoever. Great battery life, and this controller will do everything that a top of the line one will. But you're limiting yourself to 6 channels with this instead of 8 or 14 or whatever controller you might have. But for most applications, I mean, this thing is great. So definitely recommend it. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Be glad to answer them for you. So thanks again for watching my video, and if you think of it, subscribe to my channel.